do-overs.
Yes, there's do-overs. Come on, man.
No do-overs.
Alright. When last we met, our heroes... Well, heroes is a strong word. When last we met, our adventurers had just failed miserably in saving the people from the Sunless Citadel, are returning with news of their fates. They failed so miserably that a volcano occurred and literally got rid of a triangular section of water deep.
Never
To
went through
compound
not
their...
Waterdeep.
Huh?
Never went through not Waterdeep, 2 different cities.
Okay, sorry. But still, triangle section of the city. Gone. All the people who owed them money. Gone. The people who sent him on the mission. He's not gone, but he's in charge now, and they totally got suckered. They lost their rogue. They lost their dwarf ranger. Their paladin had an existential crisis, cried out to Lathander, and now has partial cleric powers. And pretty much all together was a sucky day, as the only reason they're alive is because a tree literally came up and grabbed their dead-ass bodies and took them down into a pit, where some man spoke in riddles that a lot of the party didn't understand. But here we are now. Round 2. Can our heroes get up and make up for their abject, pathetic showing from the Sunless Citadel in the new adventures ahead? It's time to find out now.
Well, that sounded a lot worse than I would have put it.
Well, I'm empowered. And
You're
aroused.
empowered? Alright, well, welcome on into session 11 and the second chapter of our adventure. So, yeah, the party went through a very traumatic journey, difficult to summarize. It's not every day you lose a friend, and as a matter of fact, you lost 2. As the party awakens, they find themselves under a great oak tree, and realize the Fae must have kept Greta and Sir Squeakers as well. But nevertheless, everyone just took part in a pivotal time of Northwestern history. And that's about as grand an introduction to the world of Faerun we could have hoped for. But I do need to cut to Trayston, our newest member. So Trayston, you acquired a map, or at least you started with one, from your archaeologist background, is that correct?
I don't think I started with a map.
Pretty sure you do.
No, maybe I do. I start with cartographer's tools,
You start with
bullseye
the map
lantern, shovel, ancient coin.
Okay. You get a lot of knickknacks, but one of them is a wooden case containing a map to a ruin or dungeon.
Oh, fantastic.
Fantastic.
There it is.
So you find something you didn't realize you had,
Hey,
which I will reveal now.
Merry Christmas.
And for our purposes, I'll just go ahead and show it to everybody, so everyone's included. Does everybody see that?
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
So, this map shows the location of a secret dwarven stronghold known as Kahundrukar. A little bit difficult to pronounce, so I'll put that in the chat. And it is that question mark you see on that map. And this is located northwest of Mirabar on the spine of the world. And I'll take us to the world map for a little bit more perspective.
We're so far away.
Yep. So this would be somewhere on the River Mirabar, or at least close to it. I think you'd probably be about halfway between Mirabar and Luskan. Very, very, very close to the spine of the world. Yep, about there. Somewhere in the woods.
Nice.
Alright. So, Kahundrakar was a shield dwarven stronghold that became overrun by renegade orcs from the Many Arrows tribe. You've heard tales attributed to a previous and failed expedition, which make reference to a horde of wondrous arms and armor. And what's more, the man who gave you this map also told you to stand before a very specific oak tree on the 15th of Deep Winter, which is today. And on that note, I'll go ahead and review Faerun's calendar as well. Calendar of Harptos. Everybody see that one?
Yep.
Oh, that's a calendar? Wow.
That is a calendar.
It's like
You
a
can
Mayan wheel thing.
Almost. You can scroll down and read a lot about what that means later. But we are in Hammer, or otherwise known as Deep Winter. Every month has 30 days. Pretty similar. Okay.
Hammer.
So it's really cold in.
Hammer!
It is very cold.
You know that
So,
too?
No, I know that.
High five, man.
You got it.
So do you go as instructed?
Yes. As long as I have the proper clothing and all that kind of crap, I go to the oak tree.
Right, okay. So then you see a group of adventurers carried out from within this great oak tree by strange topiary men, one by one and rather gently laid to rest on the ground before you. So now the party is actually all together again, and alone.
Is anyone dead, or are they just like...
They were put in a trance-like state of dreaming, but after a couple moments, everybody would awake.
Okay, so I guess I go over and check on them, make sure they're okay, make sure no one's dead. Ask them what happened and where they came from and who are those people that drugged you out of that place.
Well,
Were you
for the
awake?
party, that scene, yep, you are awake. And looking over your surroundings, you can see that everything you saw before in the visions has indeed come to pass. And just as a reminder, in the distance, this would be partially visible, the eruption of Mount Hotenau.
What day is it?
I tell them. I don't know. I've got this weird calendar that I haven't been able to make sense of yet. It's Deep Winter, I know that.
Well, stranger, I guess you could say we bit off more than we can chew there.
A bit. OC, does the date he says make sense to us? Or does it seem like we would have lost time?
It seems like maybe a day was fudged.
Got it.
Where did you guys all come from?
We came from the Sunless Citadel. We were on a rescue mission. It didn't go well. I apologize. My name is Anar McGill. This is Psycor, Signy, Samson, and
That might be it.
where Greta?
Unfortunately, you get
Greta!
no response.
Did we lose her too?
God damn it. Greta!
Is Greta a pet?
Somewhat.
Greta was our rogue and my personal friend. I don't know where she is. That brings our losses up to 2.
So, Samson, you actually realize some of her things are laying around you. I believe you got her backpack, which had a few objects of interest.
Yeah, just kind of peek through the backpack. Don't want to just disappear.
You were a little muffled. It's kind of hard to hear you.
Sorry about that.
There we go.
I just peek through it. I don't necessarily search everything. I just take the important things, I guess.
Here,
I'm still trying. I still don't know where she is.
here, Samson. Would you mind terribly holding on to these? I was holding on to these items for Greta.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't know why she left her thieves' tools with me, but you should take them.
Thank you.
Have you
And,
ever used ball bearings or Caldros before?
No, not that I can recall.
They're pretty
Pretty
easy.
simple.
You throw them on the ground.
Ideally,
but
not in front of
I think there's
yourself.
an art to it.
Apologies. Signe, how are you? How is everyone?
I seem to be mostly okay.
So everybody, like I said, it does seem like a day was fudged. Go ahead and mark a long rest for what it's worth.
You guys need any food or water or anything? Do you guys want to rest? Fire, maybe?
I'm really hungry.
Really hungry.
Day, but we have some rations. And nope, I can't do anything about it. That's prestidigitation. I can make this shit not taste like shit.
Maybe I can spice that up a little for you.
Oh, there's the good stuff.
I've also got some water and some rations here if you guys want to borrow some.
I appreciate that.
We should make a fire.
Yes, we should. I'll join you shortly. I need to speak with my god.
Oh, okay.
So he just goes off and he spends the next 20 minutes in heavy prayer. You guys haven't heard it before, but you know, well, you don't know it. He is speaking in a language nobody's heard before, or I doubt anybody understands.
I know it has been spoken before, yeah. So it's a very angelic and hard to understand voice. It's not really built for long conversations. Oh, there's also something I want to resolve real quick. And Armigil, you got run through from behind by a longsword coated in the infamous poison. You did make the save, so the good news is that wound has begun to close. And whatever affliction befell the topiaries isn't having quite the same effect. The bad news is you're still very sensitive to that wound.
Oh, okay. So the wound still like burns as if I just been hit with it, even though I'm healed.
Yes.
Understood. So am I like Harry Potter now, and my scar starts feeling pain when bad stuff's about to happen?
Maybe.
You know what's funny is that in the Wheel of Time, the lead character gets a wound that never heals, so he's always bleeding out of it and it always hurts, which is what I thought immediately.
Hey, I'm good with that.
You can only imagine what would have happened if you failed to save.
Luckily, I don't
You
have to
leper.
know.
So, I kind of do whatever I can to help. I build a fire or get food or cook food or whatever I can to get these guys back on their feet a little bit. I'm a little like a city folk, I guess, but I do what I can. Yeah, I'm kind of proper, I guess would be the right word.
Your name.
No. You guys just came in this hole in the ground. I'm like, hey, you guys want some chicken?
Psycho would make a tiny little mound of earth. It's like a little Sylvanas ritual for Uric.
Ben, where are we exactly? Because I think, didn't you say we came out somewhere near Neverwinter?
No. So you came out, and I will ping this again, somewhere between Luskan and Murbar, along the spine of the world.
Somewhere in there.
About, yeah.
I say, oh, by the way, my name is Trayston Silvermane. You might have heard of my family. Quite a big deal back in wherever the elves come from. Which I don't know, but
I would assume a forest.
Yeah, back in the forest on the big fucking deal. I kind of come from like a lower mid house, so it's I'm not as fancy as I like to think I am.
Do you say that though?
Who, an Armagil?
No, I mean you. Do you say that you think you're the biggest deal as you should be?
No, I'm just kind of giving you the proper context.
That shit would have been funny as fuck. Yeah, I think I'm a pretty big deal, but I'm not. It's whatever.
Have you guys ever watched MASH before?
Yeah.
You know who Charles Emerson Winchester is?
Yeah.
Try to imagine that attitude.
Oh god.
But I mean, I'm not a cunt or anything, but I'm like, I just speak properly,
My favorite thing is you're telling us you speak properly because you know you're going to have to say gutter mouth you always.
Yeah. It's going to be a challenge.
Alright, I don't know about you guys, but I really want to go back to a town.
Well, I gotta tell you, I'm really glad to be on the outside breathing fresh air again.
Freyston, let's say you're from High Forest because that's still in northwestern Faerun. It's also pretty big.
Okay.
Did any of you guys, did we lose anything down there? Does everyone have all their gear?
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Other than a couple of people?
I know, I was about to say, like, when we lost Greta, and we lost,
Well,
oh god.
In fairness, I don't count people as gay.
No, I don't know. No gear, I guess. No. I mean, we should still get supplies and stuff. If we can afford it, health potions aren't a bad thing.
That volcano over there, that's what was causing all that trouble underground.
I want to whip up a little unseen servant to help me around the camp.
Okay.
As a ritual.
I'm so sick of this invisible magic. Fuck this shit.
Psychor is really amused. That's really amazing.
Meanwhile, there's like extremely visible magic happening right next to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
It goes
you were-
floating off of the ground, glowing.
You were within sight? I thought like you went around, to a private spot. Sorry.
Well, I'm in dungeons an awful lot, looking for, whatever I can find to help bring glory to the house, But yeah, this guy kind of helps me carry things. So
What guy?
well, I guess you can't really see him. But look, and I kind of direct him to go over and lift the cauldron that's on the fire, whatever we're using to cook. Moving it around and putting it back, lights fires, serves food, and pours wine.
There is more to this world than can be seen with the eye, my friend.
That's the worst part.
I don't know. I mean, I like it. That's what set me on my path to becoming who I am.
Life would be easier if you could see everything coming at you.
Yes, but where would the danger be?
Just as
The
you say
excitement.
that, basically, just as soon as you say that,
Do you hit me with your mace or something? What is happening?
What do
I
you
mean,
think?
it's a little bit showy, but at least it's visible.
Do you think he's mourning?
Probably.
I think he's on fire.
Well, we've seen him wield that type of energy before, right?
You mean sunlight?
He is a priest of sorts.
No.
So,
He is devoted to the god of light.
Well, he's a big priest as far as I've seen of priests.
He's kept us all safe and he's lost a friend down there. As
Oh,
have we
yes.
all. Do any of you guys want to say something in remembrance?
I tried to keep her from getting herself killed, and well, I guess I did it. I'll miss her.
Yeah. I should have done more to protect you guys as well.
What was that?
His tribute, maybe? Or his prayer.
Oh,
You should ask him.
what happened to your voice there, priest? I don't think he's done talking to his god. Or he wants bread.
Bread would be good.
Well, I have some bread, or at least for an hour.
Signy, you okay?
Yep.
I guess we
Okay.
slept off most of our aches and scrapes.
Seems like
Yeah, you guys don't really look that bad now. You got a little food in you, some hot tea.
Oh crap! I forgot I still have this thing. I'm gonna take the orb out and just gonna rest it on the ground, the glowing one, and say, guys, do you remember this?
no. Wait, yes?
What is that thing?
We received it down in the Sunless Citadel. It's given to us by a troll, I think it was.
A what?
It's a troll, right? Yeah, it was a troll.
Oh, a troll artifact. Oh, that's pretty interesting. May I have a look at it?
Absolutely, but be careful. There are entities
certainly.
trapped inside of it.
Oh. What kind of entities? I give it a little shake up by my ear, see if I can hear anything. Like a snow globe.
Give me a wisdom saving throw, Psychor and Crayston.
Oh.
We're bonding already.
The first explosion.
I'm sorry. I was just communing with the thunder. I'm back now.
Sounds like you're still communing.
And right after you guys do your little wisdom sec, he raises his hands and
Pardon me.
Still a no. Okay, so Psychor, you really want to take it back.
Yeah. Has he picked it up as yet? If he has, and like as I'm saying, be careful with it. I'll probably just pull it back. So I'll put it away back in my backpack, and I'll say like, Gil, you remember the troll was telling us about Chatilifax? Chatilifax's mind, at least, is trapped inside of this orb, together with an even older entity who is just filled with insanity, and it's affecting Chatilifax as well.
What's a Chatilifax?
He's a very, very old... What was he, an adventurer? A warrior? It was some kind of priest, right?
Holy shit, you need better notes.
Yeah. I remember back before Session 10, I knew who it was.
Okay. Give me a history check with advantage, and you might want to write it down later.
Advantage and history. Did it work?
Not yet. Okay, 25, that's pretty good. So you remember what he told you, right? That little bit of the prophecy?
Yeah, with the greed of man and that sort of thing.
Yep, young and green, frenzied. That kind of...
Oh,
yep.
right, so he was a dragon.
A young green dragon
young
at
green
one
dragon.
point in time.
Right, so that was why I needed to tell Anamagil about it. Because I wanted to know if it was of any importance to him. So, yeah, so Anamagil, so yeah, it's just as the troll told us.
worry.
I mean, not worried, but
Signey, you seem worried. What is that expression on your face?
I mean, I wouldn't say worried, but I don't here. Like, I actually dig through my pack, and I have like this little hand mirror, and I just hold it up to you.
Am I glowing?
Your voice is a little screwy too.
Yes, yeah. You seem to be glowing.
You came back a changed man.
No!
Okay.
No? I thought you'd like it.
No!
Now this is just giving me flashbacks to Attack on Titan.
Okay. He does find it within himself. He grabs his sword. The glow reaches from his body back to the hilt on his sword, which you'll notice that now he has his symbol of Lathander at the pommel end of his sword. It glows. He stops glowing, and his voice returns to normal. His eyes are still glowing, though.
Is this the new sword?
This is a new sword. He's placed his holy symbol, which is a round symbol of a sun that he keeps at the hilt of his weapon. You can put it. It's basically a jeweled ornament that you can put on the end of any weapon. But yeah, that's what it is. Where it is.
I don't know.
I mean, at least you're not glowing anymore like a torch. So that's good, I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to introduce ourselves. I'm an Armagill. This is Psycor. This is Signey. This is Samson. What is your name?
My name is Tristan Silvermane.
It is a pleasure to meet you. What brings you this way?
Indeed. Well, actually, this map I found along the way amongst my possessions, and it's. I was also told to go by an oak tree at a certain time, and I showed up there, and then you guys came out of the ground, I think. Yeah, so that's it.
Samson,
Yes.
are you able to make heads or tails of this thing?
Which thing are we talking about?
Your map, you called it?
Oh. It's right there on the handout. Yeah, it's a map to Kundurukar. That's not the way. Where did it go? Karundukar.
See? You're already making yourself useful, Samson. You helped to pronounce his own map.
You're welcome.
Karundukar. Yeah, looks like it's to the northeast of Mirabar there. We might actually be kind of close to it. Kind of.
What is your profession?
Well, I mean, you mean like something you get paid for on a regular basis, or do you mean just something?
Got it. You're a fighter. Come, have an arm wrestling match with me, and then you can take on Signey. She's our champion.
She is large, and
What would
although
you say
that is
your calling?
appealing. Well, I'm less of a fighter, to be honest. I've acquired some spells to help my my dungeon delving
Not a fighter, then a
things
lover.
that I do. Well, I mean,
Samson,
I'm
come
not,
on.
I'm not a lover
Samson,
either.
come. Show him how you pick up girls. In.
Well, normally they pick me up.
Oh!
because you're so small.
Hey, we don't make short jokes around our party here. Some of us are tall. Some of us are less tall.
Right, but logically, if anybody's going to be picked up, it's going to be him. Just weight and balance and everything, you know?
Do you happen to look up and notice that he has what looks like a kind of saddle on one of his shoulders where somebody of his size could sit?
Wait a minute, what?
Oh, I literally have a seat on my shoulder that's gnome size.
Oh. Yeah, oh, that must be... Does he carry you a lot?
No, he carried his pet.
Oh.
Yeah.
The pet couldn't fly, I'm guessing. Have you met Marduk? And a big black crow comes down, gives a little
Marduk.
caw.
That name is such
It's
an
going to
original
continue.
name.
It's going to continue from universe to universe. Every time I have a familiar, that's what I've decided its name is going to be. Yes, it's an ancient name. He's quite a loyal companion. Helps me out. Very keen eyes. So what did you have, like some sort of a dog or something that needed a harness?
Well, we may have invested in a leash, but she was our rogue.
I see.
Her name is Greta.
Oh, Greta,
Still
that's
alive.
the one you were looking for. Well, I hope she's okay.
I know she's okay.
Oh, good.
I hope we meet again.
Indeed. Well,
So, you were on your way to find this dwarven cave.
yeah. I'm kind of an adventurer, you know. Like to get down into caves and get dirty. But as you see, Tristan, he's impeccably clean. Like not even dirt under his fingernails or anything like that.
His. Oh, his.
Tristan's, yes.
Oh, okay.
You know? So I say, do you speak Dwarvish? I speak a little.
Yes, indeed, I do. Yes.
Oh, that's good. We also had a dwarven companion.
Oh, dwarves are fantastic. He must have been great.
He was brave, strong, and smelly.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was so great. I feel so bad that I'll never get to pay him back and buy that meal that I owed him on that bet that we made so long ago. Good thing I got out of that one.
That's true. That's true. I forgot about that. I should have stuck around.
He could drink any of us under the table.
He'll be remembered. We never actually quite spent a night in an inn as a group together. He liked sleeping outside. And
Oh,
often
yes.
complained about infrastructure.
Well, yeah, the dwarves I know do complain a lot about. I mean, I guess it doesn't really have to be anything, but hardy folk, from what I understand. I haven't really met too many of them, but loyal companions too. It's a shame that that you had to lose one of your members.
Two.
Liked it a little rough. Well, yeah, you said that the other one was still alive, though, right?
Yeah, but we don't know where she is, so she's certainly lost.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
By the
Well,
way, question.
sure.
Is it ironic that a person who complains so much about infrastructure and architecture was killed when a complete set of architecture fell on him and buried him?
Well, yes. However, I think you have to look at the quality of the infrastructure. I mean, did he mention if it was quality, or was he disdainful of it?
Oh,
You
he
know,
said
it was built by elves, so probably pretty shoddy work.
Oh, no, is that what he said?
No offense.
Well, I don't know. I'm sure he must have had his reasons, but, I mean, I'm sure he's in a better place.
Yeah,
No,
probably not.
he's probably still buried under there.
Oh,
He didn't mention any particular love for any particular god.
well,
I'm sure Sylvanas would.
Oh, by the way, what god do you believe in?
that is a good fucking question. Miss Dara? Is that her name? Or no, there was one in particular that...
Mystra is the god of magic.
Yeah, that was the one at first, but then it got changed to Seldarine. Seldarine?
So I don't know.
Oh, wait.
One of the Seldarine, which is the
One
Elven
of them.
pantheon.
Oh, okay. Here it
I
is.
believe you chose Labelus and Aerith.
Label us, yeah.
Legolas? Got it.
No. It's a B, not a G.
Yeah, like you said, Legolas.
Labellus.
There you go. There you get some Winchester in there now.
So where does your map lead you next, stranger?
Well, let's have a look at the old girl and see. Looks like we have to get back on the main road from Mirabar. Head to the northeast.
From Mirabar to the north.
Should be a lake and some place called Blazingdell. I don't know. Looks like a village, but it could also be like ruins. You guys ever heard of that place before? Blazingdell?
Samson, Signy?
No.
Sounds exciting.
Once in a
Signy-
tale, but not too much.
Signy, you could actually give me a history check.
Oh yeah. I studied history all of my life. I'm so smart. What the fuck?
An 18.
I'm
Okay.
a
that's
goddamn
good.
-1, and I can't roll for shit on perception with a +4. Suck. God.
Oh, and that's why we like Signy.
Jesus.
So, Signy, you're something of an Uthgard, aren't you?
Something of a what now?
Uthgard.
The place that I was from?
Yes.
Yes.
At least I'm assuming that's the inspiration, because I couldn't actually find where it was. Right?
Oh, I made that.
Yeah, okay. So you are a northerner, which would be from Rothim, if I'm saying that right. So you would have a bit of a perspective about this, and I might actually go ahead and reveal something else. Okay. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and reveal this. So you know a little bit about Luskan. It has always been known as something of a free port, a place of trade where absolutely no questions would ever be asked, and ruled by 5 high captains, all former pirate lords. But over the last few years, rulership has changed from hand to claw to hand so many times, it's impossible to tell who's on top of the dung heap anymore. Most of the buildings there are now ruined, with murders and demon worshippers roaming the streets freely and plying their trade in broad daylight. There are also wretched tribes of goblins and kobolds skulking the shadows, and the fetid bog that had once been the estuary River Murar is infected with aquatic horrors. And as you can see, this is the River Murar, which is what you are on.
It's infected
There's
with
trade.
aquatic
Go ahead.
horrors, you said?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Luskin serves as more of the shipyard and port for Murabar, so trade with them is very frequent, but you would be more attuned to know that Luskin and Rotham have been at each other's necks for centuries. The Uthgards have to fight them for land, and that's mostly from Lurkwood. So there's actually a lot of your people who are around here, but outcast. Rotham, on the other hand, is across the sea of moving ice, as I recall. It is further to the north and is a separate island. And constantly at war with the pirates.
Okay. I'd tell the peoples that, listen, guys, Luskin's a shithole.
No. Oh. Okay.
Well, they have the sun there, don't they? The sun shines here, yes.
Not so good. Not so good.
Oh. What do we have to go to Luskin for?
I don't think we do.
Oh.
I
We
was
just saying
for,
it as a general, like getting shitholes as shitholes go.
Well, you know. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it does.
Listen, guy.
So Blazingdale is nestled in between Luskin and Murabar. And I just told you the general lay of the land, so
Okay.
that might tell you a little bit of what Blazingdale would be about.
Oh, okay. So, like, maybe a village of outcasts? Maybe. Pirates?
Could be.
Probably
yeah.
not pirates.
Could be, yeah. Could have some, like, some bad people there. Some mercenaries.
Well, we got some pretty badass people around here by the looks of it. I'm looking at Signy and Armagill.
Hey, I'm badass too.
He is
No, I
the
agree.
baddest of us all.
Alright, so for a little bit more perspective, I will take us a little bit further in. And change the map.
Okay, here we go. This is different.
So as you can see, you're kind of just below the spine of the world and somewhere in that forest. Now, from your vantage point, I'd say you're probably on one of these peaks. So about 15 miles away from Blazingdale.
Okay. What time of day is it right now?
I would say probably noon.
Is there sunshine?
There is.
Sweet.
Do you guys want to keep going, or do you want to rest here for the day?
We've rested long enough.
I think we should get as far as we can.
Is anyone familiar with Blazingdale?
I wouldn't imagine.
No, I'm not. But I mean, I've been in some pretty shady places. I think we'll be fine.
I've heard they have good leaf in Blazingdale.
Really? Well, I do like to smoke a pipe. In fact, when I pull out, I don't pull anything out. I just have it appear in my hand. I conjure it. Already lit. I am always on the lookout for a new leaf, though.
Sai gives you a nod.
Well, let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Our new adventure begins. This time, we'll win.
I have to go off of Roll20 and get my shit together here, so I'll be on my
Yeah,
phone.
get your shit together, Mike.
I'm trying to.
Okay. So everybody is going to set towards Blazingdale. Like I said, it's about noon and 15 miles away. You guys are a little weighted, so about backpacking, let's say it's a journey of about 6. So you'll get there at about dusk.
Yeah, that sounds good. If you want to see the character of a town, take a look at it at dusk, when the night is beginning to bear its teeth.
So,
So
Samson, Signy, how do you feel about this adventuring gig so far?
I don't mind it. It beats staying in an inn.
Does it?
Not really, but it's more fun.
Why don't you play us a little tune there? Maybe it'll be. Do you do a lot of picking, or are you more of a strummer?
I'm more of a blower, and I pull out my hand flute.
Oh,
Just start lightly doing the tune that we heard in the Citadel.
So you are aware that that tune came from the orb that Psychor is still possessing, right?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so give me a wisdom saving throw. 17, not the worst. So nothing happens to you, which is the good news. The bad news is, just as before, the orb picks it up, and the tune echoes just a little bit further than you had anticipated, down the hills and through the forest.
There's a little tune.
Samson, do you take request?
Do you take the opposite of requests? Because I unrequest that.
I was just going to request that you don't play that anymore. What just happened?
Would any of you know of any place or people nearby that can deal with this orb?
Hopefully in Blazingdale is the closest town we're coming to.
I mean, we're kind of in the bumfuck of nowhere. Like, I doubt it, to be honest.
Oh,
well,
it's
if you,
I'm sorry. I'll
if you're
get right
looking,
to you. Signy, you didn't answer. Is it more fun smashing things for money than it was smashing things for free?
I mean, to be fair, we didn't get paid.
Oh, so it's exactly the same as smashing things for free. You're right. And shit, you didn't put your new name up there, Mike.
where?
His new name where?
His name is Trayston.
Yeah, I was gonna say you didn't put his new name under his nameplate.
Ah.
Oh, I thought it was there.
I'm pretty sure I did that.
I don't actually see his name at all. Weird.
Oh, he's not on Roll20.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No.
All right, never mind then.
I thought you meant his token's nameplate. You had me all tripped up.
So, Trayston, what were you about to say? I didn't mean to stop you.
I mean, if you're looking to do something with that orb, I happen to be a collector of magical artifacts. If you know, you were looking to get rid of it.
Yes,
Psychor.
why don't you give him the orb? Let's see what
Psychor.
happens when you try to give him the orb.
Psychor, is that orb that sticks to your hand?
It sticks to your hand.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, this isn't something to be played with. I'm not just trying to get rid of it. I'm trying to nullify it.
Oh,
Yeah, I think we need to make sure it doesn't cause any more danger.
I have an idea if you want to nullify it. Just throw it underhand to Signy.
Would I be willing to do that then?
Give me a wisdom saving check at disadvantage.
Scroll.
No, understand. What I'm suggesting here is you throw it underhand to Signy so she can swing her warhammer at it.
Yeah, I know.
The dude before mentioned that they tried to smash it with a hammer and it didn't work. Team's not bad at this thing.
15 is not bad, however, no. As a matter of fact, you kind of want to change the subject.
Yeah. I'll say,
It's
look.
Smeagol.
Yeah. Look, cracking it open here, you know, alone with just us, with no protection and no magical safeguards, is not the smart thing to do. We'll try that later if there's a safe place to do it.
Very well. We'll keep moving. And then an Armago taps you on the shoulder and says, I guess that thing's just precious to you.
Psycho just continues smoking his... Psycho coughs. He's been smoking his pipe and he coughs when you say that. So we reach at dusk. What's our impression of Blazingdale? Is it as we had expected?
So you reach it at dusk, and we're going to zoom in the map a little bit further and lose some resolution, I'm afraid.
Haha.
This is the best I could do.
This is pretty good. Oh, it's what we need.
Okay, so comparing what you see before you with the map that Trayston has, you can tell that it's a mining town, and it lies just about 30 miles south of the Stone Tooth, which is about a day's journey on foot through the rugged terrain and dense forest. Now, although it wouldn't be close enough to use as an overnight rest stop while you're exploring Kahunakar, it does appear to be a useful place to purchase equipment, supplies, or perhaps to train between excursions into the caverns. So, entering the town, you can tell that from what you can see and the general murmur, the town's population was around 2,000 based off the markings, and quite diverse. Although humans are the largest group, almost any race can be seen here. In the last few years, however, you can tell that by a bunch of the tents inside and out, the population has swelled to around 6,000, over tripling the populace. The why as yet remains unknown to you.
A mining town. Quite densely packed. What do you guys suggest?
Well, it's getting dark. We could search the markets, or we could rest for the evening and search markets in the morning. We don't have a particular path in front of us.
Probably the second one is the smart. I don't know many markets that'll be open at dusk.
Certain kinds, I'd say.
What are we waiting for to open?
The markets.
Market.
Oh,
We can look if you'd like, but like you said, we're probably just gonna get drugs and poison.
Alright. What sort of accommodations do you think we can secure here?
Tight.
I completely
Cozy.
forgot to. We just came out of the thing.
Yeah, at midday.
We're all drenched in like dry blood and stuff like that. We're all just filthy as fuck. By the way.
Yep,
Do you think they have a
Press-
bed? Do you believe they have a bathhouse here, Signy?
I can press the
A
digit.
bath- Go ahead, Mike. Sorry.
Do you believe they have a bathhouse here, Signy?
I don't. Maybe. I don't know. Normally, I just find a lake.
Hot Springs episode.
Nice. There is a river, but
Do they have a
I think
bathhouse?
I think you mentioned that it's infested with aquatic hordes, right?
We didn't lose Ben, did we?
Are you asking me or Signe?
Yes.
Oh, Signy doesn't know the town.
No, I mean I know what's in the river though.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
and that would
okay.
be yes. But I mean, like it runs through the town, so I don't know how bad it would be.
The thing is, guys, I'm not really one for accommodations. I usually sleep on bare earth. And to be honest, if the river were not infested here, that would be just fine for me.
Well, I'm pretty sure they don't have carpet in this particular inn. I don't like the idea of you sleeping outside by yourself.
I mean, if he sleeps outside inside the town, it wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah. It seems like with all these tents around, it seems like people are just kind of accustomed to making do.
Signy, come here. Look, he's short, with a long beard, lots of dirt on him, and he's playing around with an orb. If he sleeps outside on the ground in town, they're gonna think he's a drunken reprobate.
No, he's not. He's not.
See?
I didn't
That's
I
what I'm
didn't
talking
realize
about.
that we cared what other people thought about him, but I mean, okay.
Much that we care about public image, but I care about having to purchase his way out of or breaking his way out of whatever drunk tank they have in town.
You think someone
And
will
what happens
arrest
if
him
somebody
for-
tries to steal the orb?
Ooh.
There's that too.
I'd imagine he'd probably kill them.
I can only fend off
Causing
so
us
many.
trouble.
I don't think killing anybody's the right idea, is it? I mean, can't he just
No,
keep
that's the
the
whole
thing in his
point.
pocket?
I think the thing is half his weight. It's like 25 pounds. He's like 50.
Jesus, what is he, Atlas?
I'm not as bad off as Greta. How am I?
Oh, are you like 75 pounds? Are you? You're not 100 pounds, are you?
No. I would be. Yeah, I think. Okay, yeah, I think I'd probably be like 50. I have 40 on my pH, but I'm not sure. The gnomes didn't give a weight, so I just.
And am I
averaged.
wrong? The orb is 25 pounds. I didn't make it up, did I?
The orb should be 20. I think the other one reached 25 because it had something fused to it. I think it was your gauntlets.
Oh, okay. How fucking orb is 20 pounds? That's like a sack of flour.
All right. So
Listen, if you're worried about him, let's just find an inn that has like a stable house next to it or something like that, and he can stay in the stable house.
Good idea. Make him sleep with the horses.
I am not
In the
averse to
meantime-
bath though. So
Yeah, let's find a bathhouse. This place looks like a bathhouse.
I think that's the outhouse. Yeah, you might want to just take your foot out of there.
No one saw anything. We'll keep.
Eric would have loved it. I'm so sad.
It just bursts into tears. Oh God!
Are there bathhouses around here, Ben? Like, would we be able to ask someone nearby directions to one?
Just come up to a guard completely covered in blood. Hello?
I
Is
mean,
there a
who,
place in which I can wash myself?
who are you going to try to stop? An average Joe or somebody who looks to be militia?
I mean, I would go for a guard. I think that's probably the smartest decision.
Okay. So just a quick rundown of what the militia here look like. It seems like they're wearing uniform hats, a long coat, and they all have a scimitar.
Okay, I walk up to one. Greetings, sir.
Signy,
What? What?
smile.
Like, and then I just like bare my teeth, like my fangs, like this.
That's not a grimace. That's a.
Give me a persuasion with disadvantage.
Samson, you've got to save us.
Persuasion this way. Ah.
A 12, it's not the worst. He is holding on to the hilt of his weapon, though.
Good evening, sir. We are looking for a place in which to wash ourselves, to bathe.
And who's we?
That
We-
is.
Oh, all of them. Yep, you see them? Yeah, that guy was glowing at one point. Anyways,
Good
He
evening,
said he was
sir.
glowing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, what
Right
are you,
as a
some kind of
torch.
wizard?
I'm a paladin of
Gil, are you a wizard?
I am a paladin of Lathander.
Yes. Yeah.
No.
He spits
I'm
on
a
the ground,
paladin
but
of
in your
Lathander.
general direction.
Oof.
Oh, in my general direction.
In your general direction, yep.
I'm sorry. Did you just spit at a paladin of Lathander?
Well, I spit at someone who's saying me something.
Spitting is a good thing. That's never bad.
Uh,
You know, better out than in. You know.
Militiaman,
So,
have you had problems with wizards?
Well, it depends. Are you a wizard?
No, I am most definitely not. I am simply
Then what
a
do you-
dirty student of the world.
He can talk in
I
your
don't
mind,
appreciate
though.
your rudeness.
I telepath to Signy, shut up.
See, he's doing it right now. It's weird. I don't like it.
So,
He starts casting a look around, and a couple other militiamen start to walk over.
Oh, wait, is this our escort to the bathhouse?
It's gonna
I'm
be
just-
your escort somewhere.
Yeah, please stop talking. Yes, we are just normal travelers. We're here. We're just trying to find rest and somewhere to get clean, please.
Oh, all you had to do was ask?
That's what I said! Wait, what? It's because of a woman, isn't it?
He just shrugs and keeps gnawing on his chew, and then points all the way down the road. It's actually on the opposite side of town.
Oh. Is that 14 or is that
5.
11?
5.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. It's the scenic route.
Oh, that was easy. Okay. Enjoy your night, guarding things. Bye.
He gives no indication.
just so we're clear, Lathander loves you.
Do you say that to him before you leave?
Yes, I do.
He does not take his hand off his weapon.
Alright, everyone. The sooner we get to that bathhouse, the better.
Gil, it's fine. Listen, we killed like 40-something goblins. We could have taken him easy. Big deal.
Yeah, but this guy's over here looking like we ain't shit though. Fine.
Yeah, but there are well over 40 of them.
You make a good point. There's no reason to start beating up everyone that's less than polite to us.
I don't know. It mostly solves my problem.
We can rob them.
I will consider turning a blind eye when you do that.
How far away from the guards are you having this conversation?
We're walking and talking. They got me
Okay.
after he said, Gil, come on.
I'm just making sure.
By the way, Signy, good shit for realizing that Gil hadn't moved yet and he was just staring the dude down.
All right. Okay, so yeah, we're making our way to the bathhouse.
We are looking around town. What does it look like?
It's a little rough. It's very busy, but it's pretty dirty.
I
Like
don't
said-
know.
How big is it?
Like I said before, it looks like at least a third of the population is refugees, or at least wanderers or stranded, or something is going on.
Is it like
Well,
a
we're
little
not
hamlet or something?
You're a little bit. I didn't catch it.
He said he asked
Is
if it
it-
was a hamlet, but there's like 2,000 people in here, so it's fairly
Oh,
decent.
2,000. Okay.
It looks like it was only supposed to house 2,000, but has swollen to about 6.
Right.
Hmm.
So there's
Uh,
like shanty towns and stuff going up.
Yep. It is the definition of a shantytown, only very large. Usually they're not this big.
And when you say dirty, do you mean like muddy?
Yep.
Okay.
So we're talking like deadwood. Got
It's
it.
pretty boggy. Yeah, it's not a nice place.
Guys, I don't know if we should go to the bathhouse now. Have you ever taken your cart and got it to taken it to a cart wash and then come out the next day and it just starts raining everywhere and you're like, damn, why did I even spend all that money on that cart wash?
Oh, I understand exactly.
It depends on how much blood your cart has on it.
Good point.
Well, Tristan, I would say that the blood is pretty much soaked through the wood at this point. It's there.
Well, we might make some friends from the blood.
Speaking of which, hold on there, Signy. And he pulls either a piece of brain or entrail out of your hair.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
I summon a rag on a stick and I hand it to one of them. You can use this.
You know, in my town, people put flowers in their hair. Yeah, we use intestine.
Oh, you wanted that.
It adds flair, It's something to talk about. It's a conversation starter.
All right, here you go.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you had to guess, are they preparing for something or responding to something?
No, I think they're hiding from something.
You're right.
Samson, does this look like a paying crowd to you?
Well, any crowd is a paying crowd if you're good enough.
I don't know. How much do refugees have to pay? Anytime I've seen refugees, they've always kind of been everywhere and poor, and there's never a lot of rooms left in the inn. Everything's overpriced. It's just a disaster. Refugee towns are shit, gentlemen.
Well, we don't have any other option, do we?
No, no, that's true. So I just some ideas of what to expect. That's all.
I'm just surprised that you've seen refugees, being an elf and
Well,
whatnot.
I'm a traveler, like I said, I like to get dirty. So,
But you don't look dirty at all.
well, just because I like to get dirty doesn't mean I like to stay dirty and walk around in other people's blood.
So, so if I took my hand which is covered in blood, and I just wiped it on you, you would be okay with that?
Of course, I've seen more than blood.
Okay, and then I go to wipe my hand on him, but instead I just give him a huge hug, and I just get all of my goodness up on him.
I just when I break off, I immediately start prestidigitating myself clean.
Maniacally have been Cephalon.
And I do it to him too, or I do it to her too.
Wait,
What?
Not outside. Yeesh.
I really get in there good and see what I can see.
Why did we even bother going to? Why do we even bother trying to go to a bathhouse if you can just magic shit away?
I mentioned it before, but you guys were hell bent on that bathhouse.
Because
So
we
I
need to have a bathhouse scene so we can speak to each other. So he has pointing fingers and being clean.
I just want to see. I just want to see if Signy has a large clitoris.
Get out of here!
Oh no!
I'll show you a large clitoris when I break out my hammer.
The clitoris of the gods.
That sounds.
I believe we've reached a bathhouse, gentlemen.
Yep. On that note,
Excellent.
I think you have. Okay.
I open the door for Signy.
I don't think that conveyed the message that you wanted it to.
So you arrive at the Griffin's Nest Inn. And it does seem like there's a few different kinds of people in all different tables.
Is there an open table?
There's a few.
Well, gentlemen, what's our next move?
Do we
Food
want to
or?
make a grand entrance, or do we want to slide in?
I prefer
I-
sliding.
I just really want to get to water.
All right. Narmigo looks a little disappointed.
Can I make a grand entrance?
Absolutely,
Oh,
good
hell
sir.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
can roll performance.
I'm just gonna sneak in ahead of them,
Okay.
I kind of wanted to do that too.
Roll
just to
stealth.
be out of the attention. I don't have my sheet.
I would have done it if no one else did, but
All right.
Sneak might be a little strong of a word. I just want to get in there before he goes in and start banging the drums and shit.
And this will be the roll that determines whether or not they group you all together.
Okay.
It's not being kind. Did it roll? An 8. Okay, so no. All right. So unfortunately, Signy, Trayston, no. Just no. The moment Samson goes in and starts trying to play something very dramatically, Samson, describe what exactly you're doing.
Oh, I'm just. I start out with a really simple sound to just start adding more intricacy to it to start gaining attention. And then I just go off in a flourish and I say, "Hello."
So you try to be fabulous.
Yes.
Okay.
It's the Jaws theme song.
I was thinking the John Cena thing.
Oh!
Get your hands together for Samson!
I wish there was
And
a
he comes in with
louder.
So when you enter, the first thing you feel is the atmosphere of the tavern is lively and warm, with a variety of townsfolk, travelers alike, crowding the tables. So here there's no hushed murmur to be seen. Instead, raised voices seem to be the norm, with thick Luskan accents. As the saying goes, Luskans always wear furs, haughty expressions, and ready swords. A few of them, however, do raise their mugs. The 17 wasn't so bad.
So I use the minor illusion, I make the sound of applause, and I just kind of nod to Samson. Go on, go ahead. Just don't stand near the target boards.
Hello. I am Samson. Does anybody know where I can find a bed?
I thought you were
So
gonna play.
You do see somebody approach the counter from further within the establishment.
Oh, okay.
If I can find a token that I have misplaced. I have misplaced my token. Damn it. Oh, here we go. God damn. You see this guy who starts to wave you over.
Can you give us a ping? A shift quick, sorry.
There we go. Sorry.
Oh.
He's
Ooh.
huge.
Big guy.
He's not quite that large.
Now he's long.
He's got a big hammer, if you know what I mean.
Alright, so I just walk over to the bar and... How tall is the bar?
Oh, that's a funny question. Let's say about 3.5 feet tall.
Okay, so I hop up onto one of the chairs, and I'm still sitting down. It's just I'm taller if I'm sitting on one of the stools. Right?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right,
It's all
good.
about presentation.
And I'll offer my hand over and say, "Hey, Samson."
So he doesn't shake your hand. That's the first thing you notice. But he does respond. Federal Bank down. I'm the proprietor. How can I help you?
Hey, yes, I'm just here with my, my band of travelers, and I was wondering if we could rest here.
Yeah, rooms are 20 copper.
Do you have a bath facility?
Yeah, we can fill a bath. No heat.
Do you have fresh sheets?
As fresh as they come.
Excellent. Wonderful. What about food?
Food is 20 silver.
20 silver? What's on the menu?
Oh, what do you want?
I guess like
Ask for really good stuff because he already said it was 20 silver.
I don't. And what do elves eat?
They usually just eat bread and lettuce.
How much bread and lettuce do you have on hand? I just asked for, like whatever elves eat. I don't know, like fruits and fucking stuff.
You have a fucking keto diet, dude. That's all elves get.
Yeah. That's why all elves are skinny as fuck.
So
no protein.
He looks a little confused, but starts preparing a plate that's mostly different assortments of bread.
Okay.
A couple of
we got
fruits
the rye over here and some pumpernickel, and we got some wheat.
So,
sorry, I'll have tea. You have tea, right? Wine or tea? Does it come with the room? 20 silver pieces is an awful lot, especially since. Oh no, wait, 20 copper pieces, 20 silver pieces for the food. Can I just say, I think that you've got that switched. If you charged more for the rooms, then maybe you could get more money, or
it's
perhaps.
He stops polishing the mug.
I'll give him the silver for the rooms. Here, this will pay for all 5 of us.
Oh, I mean, I can pay for the room. I just thought,
Yes, you just thought you would complain to him about his pricing list and his business strategy.
You tell me I'll do my own business.
I mean, it is a little backward.
Look, I would not come in here and tell you how to clean a mug or serve food or cook food or give keys or whatever. That's not what this is about.
I know you're an elf and you're used to being condescending to people, but that is condescending to other humans. They don't like it when you just say their entire job is polishing things.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the pricing. Well, I mean, you have like maids, you mop. I don't understand what goes on, really.
Lord, this is why I hate half of myself.
Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage at this point.
You're gonna have to roll it.
Needless to say, an Arbigal does not use guidance to get you out of this shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
The funniest thing is that I'm gonna have to just leave you guys with this mess.
I did describe the place, didn't I?
yeah. I'm being helpful.
You rolled a 5.
Ugh.
So, needless to
being
say, he starts giving a couple of the other patrons a few nods in the background.
I look.
What my companion means to say is that he's used to lower prices where he is from, and he's not quite accustomed to these lands yet. He means no offense.
He's also saying that you can keep that 20 silver as a tip, and we will all have lunch. What is it you're serving? And Armigo is going to put down a gold piece.
So he slides the gold piece immediately off the counter and just says, "Yeah, we're serving bread."
Hey, I like bread. All right.
Wait. I'm sorry. You did just say, which was 20 silver bread?
20 silver with the bread.
Bread is a gold piece.
Holy shit.
Wait, you just said 20 silver was...
Yeah,
more.
that's like 5 times as much.
And you just got
Anyway.
your gold piece. Here's your bread. And he throws you a
Thank
loaf.
you.
Are you trying to hustle us because we're not from here?
Are you trying to hustle me? Telling me how to do my own business in my own establishment.
I'm not.
Now, sir, I
Listen,
will say...
listen.
Josh! I will say I
Hey.
apologize for... I will say I apologize for his rudeness. However, you did just offer us 20 silver per plate of food. He does not speak for all of us. We're even willing to let you keep that 20 silver as a tip. Now I just paid one gold piece, which should cover all 5 of our meals that you said were 20 silver. So once again, I apologize. I don't wish to speak down to you.
But I mean,
that
how
has
much
nothing
could
to
bread
your
cost?
original agreement?
So he keeps chewing, and there's kind of a tense moment of silence.
How much bread do we get?
A loaf. He plunked down, I think. This is
Yeah.
not good.
After a minute, he tosses you each a loaf of bread. But he still seems to have soured towards you quite considerably.
So...
Can we see the other food behind him?
Yes, you can. There's all kinds of stuff. There's chickens, there's roasts, there's a bunch of dried fruits, an assortment of rations. There's by no means a draught.
Can I have some chicken?
So he starts giving you a look. And why don't you roll persuasion?
Okay.
Oh, so he didn't care for my speech. Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay. So he slides Signy a piece of roast in front of everyone else and says, "On the house."
Thank you.
Can
And then
I
he
have
turns
2
his back.
chickens for me and my friend that's not in here?
He starts going to serve somebody else.
The bath. What's the situation with the bath?
So he tosses you each a key.
Mm-hmm. Nice. So Sai's gonna take his bread, and he wants to find that bath, and he wants to sit in the water for a while.
Ooh, soggy bread.
An Armigil is going to borrow a piece of lettuce and put it on his bread.
I have some chicken if you want to make a sandwich.
Wait, you're willing to share? I
Yeah.
appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the chicken sandwich, innkeep.
Making it worse.
See, I told you guys I would have been more comfortable outside.
Well, I didn't realize that this place was going to be treating us as if we were outside.
Well, we can talk about it more in the morning.
Yes. Let us retire for now. They said that, you could make yourself useful there, wizard. They said that the water is all going to be cold. Could you possibly heat our water up for us?
Yeah, could you?
This is to Tristan.
This is.
I think... Does prestidigitation do that?
It does make things warmer, but it's usually not like a super big area.
All we need is like the little sink thing.
Can we put a piece of metal in it and just like let it warm up?
1 cubic foot for 1 hour. It would take him a minute to heat up a full tub, but yeah, he could probably do it.
I mean, we could just turn them all into soups too. Just start a fire for each one.
Okay.
And also, and I'm not talking about people's size here. I'm pretty sure that Signy can sit on one end of the bath. I can sit on the other end, and the other two of us, and our elf too, could just sit in the middle between us.
How big do you think this tub is?
So,
That's
yeah.
impressive.
Yeah. I was about to ask. And so that's
I just want to see
after
the image of
side,
all
right?
of us sitting in front of each other, canoe style, in a bathtub.
Oh god.
All right. Let me make sure that Thaumaturgy doesn't do that. I don't think it.
You could have fucked with the innkeeper and made his shutters go on.
Oh, I could literally make an earthquake happen right now if I were so inclined.
An earthquake or just shake the ground?
Just shake the ground.
Oh, okay.
It's supposed to be harmless, but is it harmless if your glass is precariously balanced on a shelf?
No.
Not harmless to glass.
If you're asking me, no.
Alright.
So Sai's just really glad to get to this bathtub. So is it like a bathtub to share? Is it a big one? Is it this thing in the corner here?
You start investigating what kind of rooms he gave you.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's deal with that.
Are they bad rooms? Get bad.
So the room he gave you, all the keys access one door on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of a sleep it off area more than anything else. There's a few bunks, and there's one tub of water.
And they don't have a laundry service.
We'll have to wash these by hand.
Well, we'll bathe, then we'll wash. Corner spot.
Sounds good.
So I'm gonna take my time and start rinsing my beard and washing off the blood around my shoulder, especially that one has been bothering me. Hey guys, sorry if I weirded you out with the telepathy.
I mean, how do you not weird somebody out with that?
Well, where I come from, it's considered pretty much a normal thing. Although, if I remember correctly, I guess I probably would have been weirded out by it the first time I saw it.
I'd apologize for weirding you out with the floating and the new abilities, but in truth, I'm weirding myself out. I have no idea why Lathander chose to gift me with these abilities suddenly.
Lathander is a
I'm
good
sorry,
sword.
it keeps thanking you and whenever you're hurt.
Good point.
So I'm walking around, no shirt on, just in my skivvies, and I notice that I still have that longsword wound on either side.
This isn't healing like I'd hoped.
Does it hurt? And I poke it.
That absolutely hurts, Signy. Does this hurt?
What? What do you do? What happened?
I poke you like right wherever you got stabbed, whenever you got, whenever you fell.
Oh. Yeah. Usually my anger kind of makes it not hurt. I'm not angry right now though. So.
Wait, do we just
Yeah.
have two tall, half-naked people poking each other?
Apparently so.
Alright, cool.
And a midget in the corner watching.
Oh god.
Don't people usually pay extra for this?
Well, we did just pay, what, 2 gold or something?
Yeah, we paid 1 gold for 5 pieces of bread. I call myself just paying for everybody's dinner and got fucking bread.
I mean, to be fair, I don't have any money, so.
I wasn't even rude to the guy.
It's like those places where the lap dances are free, but the beer is like $100.
I would love to pretend I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, let's. I guess I don't. Who gets the bath first?
I'm already there, boo.
What?
Rock, paper, scissors. Oh, mother!
we just look over. He's steeping in his own filth.
Yeah.
You know what? We'll just go and use our own. Anyway, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I picked rock.
God damn it! I picked rock too.
Oh my god.
So we're not going to comment on the big beefy people who hit things both choosing rock, right?
Oh no,
Yeah.
no, guys, really simple. Just roll initiative.
I always pick hammer. Hammer beats everything.
Yeah, initiative works.
Initiative. You really want to roll initiative? All right. Well, it's already there. Oh, I tried to do it without selecting a token. Here, let's just do this. I'll. Ayo.
So
It's
Signy
just that
joins.
Gil wishes he would have chosen to pick perception.
It just means Signy gets in first. That's all. So you can still hop in after. But again, it comes back to the question of what's the size of this tub.
Well, the thing is, like, okay, so I dump your filth because I'm not sitting in other people's filth.
I'm just gonna start scrubbing my armor and cleaning my armor off while those guys take their bath. Samson, aren't you taking a bath?
Yeah, sure. Just don't look at me. I won't look at you.
What's wrong, friend? Nervous?
No, you just. Whenever we're standing, at the very least, pay attention to what height I'm at.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. I gotta open the door.
Alright.
Yeah.
So
Psycho
everybody gets cleaned up.
Yeah. Psycho gives Signy whatever little privacy there is to be had. He holds his clothes, waiting until everyone's done to wash his clothes in the bathtub. So Signy, what do you think of our new teammate?
I'm nothing right now. I usually judge people on how well they fight, and he hasn't yet, so.
Well, depending on going by how this evening has been so far, I'd say you may not have to wait long.
Well, I mean, if you look at those people out there, I mean, they're ready for a scrap, right? I'm sure they're used to drunken brawls.
You do have a good point, and those tents have been bothering me. There's something affecting this town.
Oh, the shanty towns?
Yeah.
I mean, clearly they're running from something. I don't know why they would run here. It doesn't seem like a very good town, to be honest.
I suppose that means that there's nowhere else to run to?
Possibly. Although, I mean, if I was them, I would head to the Dwarf City Mirror Bar.
You are correct. Suppose we'll find out when we get there. Have you heard anything from Mirabah?
No, I mean we've been down in the temple, so I mean can't really hear too much.
I've been away from these lands for 100 years. Everything is a mystery to me. Well, at least, anything new.
Yeah, 100 years is a pretty big hiatus. Let's say that much.
Well, I did learn a lot of new things. My ability is based on the power of the mind.
Kind of starting to that. Where's that even taught at?
On the
That
eastern
is a
edge
good
of the
question.
world. Yeah, on the eastern edge of the known world. There are people out there. They don't follow any customs that we knew growing up out here. They look differently, they act differently, and they study differently. But the things they can do, and Sai remembers fondly. My master, the one who taught me, he said he was an Asama. I've never met anyone like that before, but he was extremely powerful. I am journeying to continue my path and to become that strong one day.
How long have you been in training?
100 years.
Ah,
It takes that long. Well, at least it takes that long for an outsider. It was not easy for me to start catching up to the others.
so do you work on some form of shared memory or hive mind?
It's meditation mostly. You try to attain a mental wavelength that resonates with everyone else who has learned the technique that you want to learn.
I see. So, at times, with enough concentration, are you able to tap into the memories and feelings of those who've come before?
There are those who can do that. My specific order, the Order of the Wujen, we focused more on communing with the elements. Air, wind, earth, wood, fire, ice, force.
And heart.
Heart was one of the other orders. There were orders like the Order of the Awakened. They could control their own bodies, they could reach out to others' bodies and others' minds. There was much to learn. I doubt very much I'll be able to learn all of it in my lifetime.
So when you combine these elements of earth, fire, wind, water, and heart, what occurs?
Well, I assumed that that's how they ended up with my master. You reminded me of him, when you left the ground sheathed in light.
So that actually occurred. I thought that was just in my dream.
Oh no, it occurred. It was very nostalgic. I sensed great potential in you.
So that I truly speak Celestial when I came out of my trance.
I don't know what it was, but it did sound like something like my master's speech sometimes. I never learned it. Maybe
Hold
it
on.
is.
Hold on, Sai. Do you hear that? Sickening.
Yes.
What do you sense?
What do I sense? I mean, I don't hear anything. Splish splash, taking a bath, motherfucker.
Oh shit, Siggy, get ready to dress up. I think we have company.
Sai is so disgruntled because he hasn't put his clothes on as yet. You know, he was hoping to wash his cloak and his robe. And it's like, God damn it. Man.
It could be nothing. I was about to put out a listen roll, but it's not Saturday.
Oh.
So Samson tips Psychor off in the chat.
Yeah. Psychor does get dressed and he comes. Can I peek at them through the crack in the door without them, like, seeing me looking?
So you peek through the crack in the door, and they're watching the door explicitly.
Nice. Very nice. I am going to use my minor illusion, and I'm gonna make it sound as though someone knocked on their table.
I can do the knocking if you want to do a person.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do a militiaman.
Why don't you give me a deception check, an Armigo, because that amplifies your voice, but that would still need a roll.
Okay. I can also make a sound with it, can't I?
Yes.
No problem.
I'm back now.
Oh, there you
Welcome
are.
back.
Nice. So
The
that's,
situation has gotten mildly worse.
or mildly better. I mean,
Are we still talking to the bartender?
Alright, that's 16.
No, we are in the room.
My roll 20 is misbehaving. It's not loading.
Because I think like what we would do is have a militiaman walking towards these guys, and so Gil would provide the sound of footsteps.
Just footsteps.
Yeah.
I think we decided on knocking or footsteps. Something that's loud enough that should get their attention else.
I want to see their reaction so that I can gauge how lawful they are.
Yeah, we want to make a loud sound to see if they really pull out their daggers or weapons.
What's happening?
We're trying to take baths in our rooms, and some guys have just relieved the guards, and they're standing in near our door.
Yeah. So
Okay.
yeah.
Are they
They're
guards?
quiet, and they look towards your ruse. Now give me a perception check.
Absolutely. Myself or Namago?
Whoever is trying to perceive this, who's looking through the doorway?
Oh yeah, I will.
Signy, please. Ah, never mind.
I was like, if you want me to, I don't mind, bro.
So you see that as this guy turns to look towards the ruse, yes, he is armed. You see that he has a knife up his sleeve.
They're armed with knives. That may not seem much in this particular environment, but I think Samson was right. I think these guys are up to nothing good.
I'm putting back on my armor.
Okay.
So are these guys are not guards? The guard left and these guys took their place?
They shoot the guards from their table, and then sat down at the table.
Oh, okay.
Samson, do you think we should talk to them?
Well, I could step out there and see what they're about, but I don't know. Do I trust that?
They seem pretty interested in us, and if they shoo the guards away, they'll probably fairly have some standing.
Did they see that I looked?
They're explicitly looking at the table, so I want to say yes. Are you trying to be sneaky? I can do a roll.
No, I'll just awkwardly wave over to them.
Yeah.
Just put it out there real quick. Cloaked figures shooing away guards have knives. I'm just saying they're probably looking to slit someone.
Yes.
Just putting it out there.
So that's why I want to.
Could you please get out of the bathtub and, of course, put on a shirt first? I believe we're having company. Like, now.
I mean, I don't know why I need a shirt, but okay.
You need a shirt because 4 strange men are about to come into our room.
I think we
And
should
they're
talk
not
to them
tipping.
outside
I'd be
of our
putting
room.
pants on if I were you.
Is what I was getting at. I think we shouldn't wait for them to come to us.
They seem pretty content to stay where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come, Samson. Let us go.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use Thaumaturgy again to louden my voice and say, "Gentlemen, may we be of assistance?"
You see a few of the other patrons look over at the thaumaturgy. It seems like now most of the tavern is watching.
I stay back inside the room, just a little bit.
Yeah. Same with myself.
Say, hey,
I'll let Samson lead this.
Southern, are they gonna end up killing those guys?
No. These guys are tough, but they're not murderers. If these guys go down tonight, it's because they did something wrong.
No, I mean, are our guys gonna kill somebody?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay. Because, you know, I would rather not have to get involved in that if we didn't have to.
I think by being in this room, my friend, I think you were already involved.
Hello there. How are you fellows doing today?
You're met with a very steely silence.
Okay, not much for talking.
I'm gonna
I'm
tell.
sorry. I believe you didn't hear my friend. He asked how you're doing today.
I'm gonna telepath a song into one of their heads. I'm just gonna mess with them. Like the most annoying song of the era.
A song that never ends.
Yeah, that's
What's your DC?
hang on, I'm gonna. Well, telepathy is just like I can just send a message. So let me see. I just want to click it. Oh, there it is.
It should be to a willing target, unless it's something else. Oh, that's kind of weird. It doesn't need to be willing. Huh, okay. So I feel like that should still be an insight to see if that really bugs him or if he picks up on it.
Yeah, I can do an insight. Yeah.
And who are you targeting?
The one that they spoke to. I assume like Samson. Did you speak to like one in particular? Does one look like the leader?
No, I was just speaking to all of them, but I guess if I were to speaking to one in particular, it'd be the one directly north of the club.
Okay, yeah, so I'll do that one because Gil and Samson seem to have focused on that one.
He's gonna stand up. And then start walking away. He casts a glance over his shoulder, but makes his way over to another table. The other two guys, however, stay where they are.
Does he go over to another table with people that are also similarly cloaked?
In the very same outfit.
Okay.
All right, so Narmigo's just gonna go and take that guy's seat.
Woohoo!
So is this
What
is
are you
this the
doing,
table
Drake?
that the sorry, is this the table that the other guy went to, or is it
Yeah.
this one? The one on the right. Okay.
Nope, it is this one.
Yeah.
You do notice that there's a few other people dressed similarly at different tables.
Huh. Looks like everybody belongs to a group. They all wear the same clothes. That's weird.
Yes, they call them gangs, Tristan.
Oh.
So we have 4 different types. Or 4 different groups, I should say. Because I think by now we're counting this group, and all similar close people. By now we're counting those guys as together.
I will say, we didn't come here to cause trouble. Have we found trouble?
Well, that depends. What are you doing at our table, mate?
We're just here because you seem to take some interest in us. Right, Samson?
Oh, yes, right. I saw you looking at us, and I thought that we could help you.
You help us. Come on. Why don't you start with telling us what you're doing here?
Oh,
It's
well,
on
we
our
were...
table.
Hold on, let's get this straight. Who am I talking to?
My name is Narmigo. His name is Samson.
So am I talking to Shorty the Prude?
The prude is in the other room. He didn't say anything to you yet.
Okay, you're talking to Shorty. Now, we are just here traveling, and we needed a place to stay. Do you have something against newcomers?
Let's just say we got a vested interest in everybody passing through.
Oh, I see. Usually that means you would ask something of me.
Mostly just who you are.
Oh, okay. Well, all you need to know is that we are trapped.
So he starts looking at the other guy. And you see them just start to make weird gestures.
Also, we're not passing through. So, you don't really need to worry about us if you're just looking at people passing through.
Alright, so the other guy at the bar table starts to walk back over with a couple of the other guys. And the guys at this table, who you're still talking to, well, that guy says, well, all the same, we're going to have to check your bags, mate.
I'm sorry. Are you with the town militia? Are you with the law and order in this town?
Well, we work closely with the militia. And you see, there's a little bit of an embargo on some foreign goods.
I want to cast Mage Armor on myself right now.
They draw their knives.
I was about to say that's pretty
Immediate.
Okay, I'm not making any offensive gestures. I just want to be ready for
They seem to be of the mind that any magic is not a friendly gesture.
Okay, that's fine too, but that's not going to keep me from getting stabbed. So, Mage Armor it is. Once they all start coming over and I see they're less than friendly.
Okay.
Everybody roll initiative.
So you're face to face with 5 guys who all dual wield knives.
Yeah, a perfect time for Mage Armor.
Dressed in studded leather armor, surrounded by a few of their other guys.
Oh, well, he's
So-
not wrong.
There's a little bit of a stalemate.
Okay. Say,
All I wanted was a shield. Fuck you guys.
look, you
Guys, it's okay.
we're not. We don't want to hurt anybody. We don't want to get hurt. That's the last thing that we want. You want to? What do you? Maybe if you told us what you were looking for, we'd be able to help.
They clearly
but
want our stuff. They asked for
this
our
is-
bags.
This is a little tense, you know. So why don't bartender? Why don't you bring a round of beer for my friends, and we'll all sit and we can talk this over ale. I'll have some wine, of course. But let's do this peacefully. Nervously waving my hands.
Because you don't want this to get ugly.
Did this guy take a step towards me?
And the
Yes, he
bartender
did.
is gone.
Okay. I mean, I audibly say I'm sorry, and then I'm swinging.
Oh,
I don't like being approached like this. All right, he's in my zone. All right,
You're
I got a zone.
swinging?
I'm swinging.
Well, it's Signy, yeah.
I didn't want initiative.
Oh,
He
boy.
got in my zone.
Alright. Everybody roll initiative if you're gonna get
Man.
involved.
I've made that sigh once or twice before too.
Quick check, everyone. Is everyone good to keep going for a while?
It's getting pretty late, actually.
Are we getting that close? I thought we had like 15 more minutes.
I mean, it's 10:10 right now.
Oh shit, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's a
late.
little late. Alright, so do we want to push for a resolution or have
I'd
this
really
be-
rather push for a resolution. I'll just say, okay, now you're getting a little threatening here.
Huh.
Let's either take this outside or calm down and find a resolution.
Down
You
a
are
notch.
not stealing from us, so we might as well end that train of conversation now.
And we're
Do
not
we have
dying
anything to
either.
say, or are we fighting?
I'm not sure who you think you're punking, mate. You
I
better
think I'm
drop your...
talking to a man that doesn't want to get his head cleaved in by a broadsword. Now, are we having a conversation, or are we having a prelude to a battle?
I don't think you understand how things run here. And I think you better check your numbers.
Who are you guys?
And he starts gesturing around.
Oh, boy.
One thing I understand, and how it runs everywhere, is blood runs. I don't really want any of mine to run, and I assume you don't want yours to run. Now, we can have a conversation, or you can continue to be the tough guy that you are, and prove to all your friends what a tough guy you are. You can go back tomorrow and tell tough guy stories of how tough you were to the travelers that came into your inn.
Yeah,
You can
he's
tell them
swinging.
about how you run this. You can do all of these things.
At this point, he starts swinging.
Or we can have a
First up.
conversation. It's up to you.
Okay. Who's swinging?
The guy who's right in front of an armor kill.
I'm gonna levitate him.
You're gonna levitate. Does that have a DC?
I don't know. One creature or object of your choice.
Constitution saving throw. What's
So
your
whatever
DC?
your DC is.
DC is 15.
Your DC is 15. Okay. He checks it.
For fuck's sakes.
You tried,
Okay.
Sam. You tried to talk your way out of this.
Okay.
Is that your turn?
I'm also going to scooch back here. Actually, I'm going to scooch in here behind Sai.
Oh yeah, you're a wizard now.
That's
you're a
my turn.
wizard, Harry.
And I'm a non-violent guy.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
That's what I'm going to try to go for. So,
All right. So the guy who's right in front of an armadillo, he says to the others, "Let's teach him a lesson how we do things in Luskin." And important note, they're using non-lethal, and they are trying to punk you. So they will hold back to an extent. Doesn't seem like they want to kill you.
Fair enough.
So I should rip their spines out.
but do not beat them with it.
You see, this is what happens when you put Signy in a cold bath. We need to get you some
guys,
candles
I
and
gotta
rose
go.
petals and shit.
Did I hear and I have to go?
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Damn it, okay. So I think that's where we'll call the cliffhanger for next time.
Yeah, we'll start with their turn.
A little bit of a scuffle for next session.
Yeah.
All right,
I wish
guys.
I wish I could have retconned my turn. But anyway, we could have ended it really quick. But looks like we're gonna have to get beat up. All right. Well, good game, guys. I like the group seems good, and
Yeah, it does.
I like the inn, and yeah, I think we'll do okay. Trayston might be a little annoying. I mean, he's going to be a non-violent guy, so he's.
We realized the violent guy did just get us into this fight. I know it was an accident, honestly. It wasn't like
Yeah, it definitely was. It was out of fear. Let's not get it mixed.
I felt like you just started talking shit. It's like you
Like
use
I
your main
usually
drama,
do.
then these guys got more violent, and then I'm just like trying our best to talk us out of it, and these guys are just acting like assholes because they're fucking tough guys.
Yeah, Luskins are not nice people. All right, guys. Thanks for coming out. It was a blast. I'll
It really
see you
was.
all next week.
Like, as truth be told, we did a good job of not stepping on each other today.
Yeah.
We all got a lot of chance to talk.
Yeah.
We probably should stay at 5.
Yeah. I think 5 is good.
Yeah, 5 is good. At least, just there was too many turns. I thought.
Yeah.
I mean, I see games with like 9 players. Like, goddamn! Like, how does anybody get to do anything?
9 is a bit much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But
I think you could do 6 or 9 live at a table, because then everybody's looking at each other and you can just kind of kick each other under the table.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, 9's still a lot though. Like,
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
Like, especially you get down to combat, because then combat's just going to be a goddamn mess.
yeah. Anyway, all right, good game, guys.
By the way, can I
Yeah.
say I hate this town?
Yeah.
I expected to hear that from a couple of people.
Like, how the fuck are you going to charge us all that money for bread? I mean, damn, I know it's a little bit snotty.
For a bread.
I told you the
For a bread,
prices.
like one
I told you the
bread.
prices were whack.
Yep, for one bread.
All right.
Oh, God.
By the way, I already know the answer. Was this how good did this 20 silver bread taste?
Old.
So it wasn't even like fresh 20 silver bread. It was just, ooh. You know what? I'm not even gonna feel bad if I accidentally break one of his.
I think we should have a talk with that bartender afterwards, because I think he knows exactly what's going on here, and I think he disappeared way too conveniently.
Yeah, I mean, do you see him?
Yeah, I saw him disappear. I guess we could still try to take this outside and not make a mess in the place, which he's gonna probably try to overcharge us for. God damn! I thought when I left Barovia,
I'm not
I
paying
was
for
done
this.
getting overcharged for bullshit.
I will trash this place and not pay for it. Oh, man.
Well, they're probably
We didn't have to
gonna
leave
thrash
Barovia.
me.
Well, I didn't leave Barovia.
Yeah. All right. See you guys next week.
Alright.
Yeah, have a good night, guys.
All right, later, everybody.